Hey guys, let's have a look at some interesting insights into the fourth outing of the boy wizard as Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire completed its 20 years in 2025. The video here is bottled with some spoiler-rich content, so be warned. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is the fourth chapter within the 7 compelling novels and 8 illustrious movies as Harry yet again looks to commence another year at the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry after an eventful previous year that saw him turning the ill-fated tides of 2 noble and harmless souls who were framed and falsely pinpointed owing to the cunning and notorious notions of conspiracy. As the film opens up amid the backdrop of a secretive sounding and a mysterious melody that sets the tone for a more nail-biting and edge-of-the-seat seeming adventure as compared to the more wondrously warm aura of the first two and the artistic coziness of this extensive yet entertaining saga's third entry, wherein the fourth film curtains up on a stroke of a more endangered embedded setting, wherein the smooth but sudden sliding of the snake initiates the mark for this fateful and a fluctuating year. As the brief glimpses of a graveyard settles and sails into the spacious sea of the film's storyline, a harmless muggle seems to be attending and addressing the tasks of his daily chores, as an uninvited intrusion sets him into a state of a reckless frustration and an irritated rage, not sighting and smelling the ill-fated climax that might lie ahead. As he climbs and crosses the threshold of the almost parallel place property, he hears some whispers and vulnerable voices issuing from the domains of the dark dwelling. As the unarmed and unaware muggle approaches the parameters of the transpiring conversation, the snake sneaks forth and forelays the presence of the unwanted muggle to his master as the latter unleashes the force of his narcissistic and repulsive tendency through the most unacceptable and the most lethally violent unforgivable curse. Now, the film that was directed by Mike Newell, when it was the first instance that a British director helmed any of the Harry Potter film project. Alfonso Cuarón, who directed Prisoner of Azkaban, was invited back but had to decline due to his commitment to finishing post-production on the third film. Goblet of Fire was the first film to receive a PG-13 rating in the US due to its darker content and theme, reflecting the maturation of the story and the character. In order to deter unwanted attention and prevent script or reel theft, the working title used for the production was Happy Days. Due to the substantial length of the fourth novel, the filmmakers made the decision to omit several significant subplots and characters to fit the story into a single film. Omissions from the fourth film adaptation include the entire Spew storyline, along with the characters of Bill Weasley, Charlie Weasley, Ludo Bagman, Winky, and the entirety of Dobby's role in this film, whose core narrative revolved around the Triwizard Tournament. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire is the first film adaptation in the series that doesn't begin at Privet Drive, omitting the presence of the Dursleys entirely for the fourth film, where following the unrepentant and unpleasant acts of the Dark Lord, it takes us straight onto the amiable arena of the Burrow when we see Harry clenched and drowned in a state of deep discomfort as his subconscious seems to be submerged within the wild webs of a dreadful dream. An enormous custom-built water tank with a capacity of approximately 5 lakh liters was constructed at Leavesden Studios to film the underwater sequence in the Black Lake. To film his scenes, Daniel Radcliffe logged around 41 hours of underwater time and as a result suffered from 2 ear infections. Scuba divers were on hand to provide the actors with regulators between takes, allowing them to remain submerged. In the book, it is one of Harry Potter's most faithful friend, the house elf Dobby, who gives Harry the Gillybeat. Since Dobby was completely cut from the film, the plot was altered so that Neville Longbottom is the one who provides Harry with a Gillybeat to carry out the unprecedented sounding task of surviving underwater for an hour. The band that performs at the Yule Ball, known as the Weird Sisters in the book and briefly considered the Wyatt Sisters for the film, consisted of real-life musicians. The lineup included Jarvis Cocker, Johnny Greenwood, and Phil Selby and other rock musicians. Most of the main cast members were given 3 weeks of dance lessons to prepare for the world scene. However, due to his immense workload and being in nearly every scene, Daniel Radcliffe managed to attend significantly less lessons. The camera operators often framed him from the waist up to conceal and cover up his less than perfect footwork. Alan Rickman, who terrifically brought the character of Potion's master to life, wore black contact lenses for his role as Professor Snape. Director Mike Newell was unaware of this until he complimented Rickman on his natural eye color, at which point Rickman popped one of the lenses out. The actor who played the vicious part of Barty Crouch Jr., David Tennant, is well known for his lead role in the British science fiction series Doctor Who, a detail often noted by fans. Katie Leung was a complete newcomer to acting and almost didn't go to the open audition. Her father saw the advertisement and told her about it, leading her to attend on a whim before a planned shopping trip. She beat out around 3,000 girls for the role. Robert Pattinson was cast in what would become one of his first major film roles well before he achieved global fame in the Twilight series. The ancient-looking, chunky books lining the walls of Dumbledore's office are actually just ordinary phone books that the art department wrapped in various materials to give them an antique magical appearance. The scene where Harry, the Weasleys and Degrees use the port key to travel to the Quidditch World Cup was achieved by having the actors attached to wires which swiftly pull them backward towards the green screen. This technique was used to simulate the dizzying, sudden sensation of magical teleportation. Now, the film that was released on 18th of November 2005 continues to be a major milestone in the Potter film saga when following a flip in the tone and the mood of the series with its pioneering predecessor when the fourth film set and played out a more thriller-tuned version of Rowling's compellingly crafted and unmatchably penned marathon. The tasks that are part of a plan quite vast. Hey guys, if you like my video, you can click on the like and share button, and you can also subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss upon these types of videos. Let's come together and celebrate the magic of movies.